a very warm welcome to Arihant Online Academy, and here it is a part 6th solution for the UGC NET 2019 CS paper 2, and we have already discussed first 25 questions in our first 5 parts. So if you have missed it, then you can visit our description section in which all the 5 parts link is given there, and you can solve the previous year's questions there as well, right? So let's just start with question number 26 here. And the question is the weight of minimum spanning tree in graph calculated using Kruskal's algorithm is, and graph is given to us, right? So this is graph which is given to us, and we need to find minimum spanning tree weight, right? What is the weight for minimum spanning tree? So there are two ways to solve this question. First is by using Prim's algorithm, and second is by using Kruskal's algorithm, right? So both method will lead to the same answer, right? Answer will be unique. Either you can solve from Prim's algorithm or you can solve from Kruskal's algorithm. And you don't know about this algorithm, then the link for these two algorithms is also given in the description section's important lectures, so that you can watch there, because every year they ask the questions from this algorithm, right? Either from Prim's, Kruskal's or Distress. So link for Prim's and Kruskal's is given in the description section, so must watch them. Now let's just solve the question. So let's assume it graph it like this is node A, right? And this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E. And we need to find weight of minimum spanning tree in this graph by using Kruskal's algorithm. So you can use Kruskal's algorithm, you can use Prim's algorithm, whatever, answer will remain same. So first we need to take minimum age. What is the minimum age? Minimum age is A to B, that is 2. This is the minimum age. So at the first step we need to take minimum age. After that we need to calculate that from node A or node B what is its adjacent minimum age, means how many adjacent edge it have. A to C, from A B say B to C and B to E and B to D as well, but minimum weighted edge is from B to D, which have only weight 3. So it is minimum weighted edge, that is why I took it first. Now I have take A to B and B to D. After that I need to again repeat the process, same process, and need to take minimum age. Now from A I have A to C which have 8 weight. From B I have B to C which have 6 weight, B to E which have 4 weight, and D to E. Because D is now already included, so we also need to calculate D this time, and D to E which have 5, but the minimum is B to E. So the minimum is B to E, and it have 4 as a minimum weight. Now we are only remaining with C, right? Because in minimum spanning tree we must have to cover all the vertices and our graph should be connected. We must have to take all the vertices in it and graph must have be connected. So the next minimum edge is this 5, D to E. But if I will take D to E, then my graph will make cycle. That is why I am ignoring this edge. I am rejecting this edge, because if I took D to E, then in my graph it will make cycle from here, because BDE it will form cycle. That is why I am getting used to reject this DE edge here. Now the next minimum edge is B to C, that is 6. B to C, that is 6. Now if you will check here, there are 1 2 3 4 5 vertices is there, and here also we have covered 5 vertices, that is A B C D E. Means for calculating minimum spanning tree we need to include all the vertices in it and our graph should be connected. So it is our connected graph which have included all the vertices in it. Now just need to calculate the weight. A to B 2 plus B to D 3 plus B to C 6 plus B to E 4. What is the weight? 2 plus 3 5 plus 6 11 plus 4 15. So the minimum average weight for this graph is 15. Option B is the correct answer. So this is the correct approach to solve this question. However, I am advising you to watch this lecture as well. The next question here is, it is from software engineering, and so in from software engineering as well you will get 8 to 10 questions every year, so don't miss that subject as well, right? And you can also watch our software engineering playlist for UGC NET, in which we have provided important lectures for this, which is frequently asked in UGC net, right? So you may watch that. The next question is N, fill in the blanks is their chart. So the first option is activity for all, so no need to worry about this one. So N activity chart is, so we get clarity here that we are talking about activity chart. An activity chart is a project schedule representation that present project plan is a directed graph. The critical path is the, so critical path is basically longest. The critical path is the longest. So option A is cancelled because here should be longest. The critical path is the longest sequence of dependent task. Critical path is always dependent, right? So again, longest and dependent, so only option B is remained here, and it defines project duration, that in how much duration we are able to solve the project. So option B is the right answer. It is direct theoretical questions from software engineering, so we just need to read the software engineering subject in detail, right? The next question here is how many reflexive relations are there on a set with four elements? How many reflexive relations are there on a set with four elements? So for reflexive relation, we need to prove a relation is reflexive if it follows themselves as well. So there is a direct formula for that as well, that to calculate reflexive relation on a set 2 to the power n minus 2, right? 2 to the power n minus n, 2 to the power n minus n, right? So what is 2 to the power n minus n? So 2 to the power, okay, 2 to the power n minus 2, okay, so 2 to the power n minus 2, we need to subtract it from there now. So we can also refer our note that 2 to the power n, okay, 2 to the power n square minus n is there, no problem. 2 to the power n square minus n, it is the formula to calculate the number of reflexive relation on n element set, right? So 2 to the power n, that is 4 to the square minus 4. So 4 4 just 16 minus 4 12, 2 to the power 12 is the correct answer, right? So you just need to make note of this statement. So option B is the right answer, right? So if you will practice, you will get that, no problem, right? The next question here is what is the worst case running time of insertion and extract minimum in an implementation of a priority queue using an unsorted array? Assume that all insertions can be accommodated. So we need to calculate here worst case running time, and for worst case running time for insertion, so what we are given initially, we have unsorted array, so we have unsorted array, and first operation we want to insert, so we can randomly insert at n, because suppose this is my array, okay. Then in unsorted array, what is worst case? Worst case is we need to end at the last one, so we can directly add the element at the last one. So we can directly add the element at the last place. So for insertion, worst case is order of 1. But the next one is extract mean. Now suppose this is unsorted array and we need to extract mean from the unsorted array. So basically we don't have any specific algorithm here, so we need to just do linear search over it. We just need to do linear search because we don't have any specific algorithm here, so we can do linear search, and to find extract mean, the worst case should be order of n, right? So option A is the correct answer, theta of 1 and theta of n, right? And you can also make note of this statement. In the worst case time insertion, we can simply append an element at the end of the unsorted array, and for extract mean, we don't have any specific algorithm for it, so the only way is to do the linear search on the unsorted array, okay. So this is the solution for this. The next question is the reduced instruction set computers. So basically we have a question from RISC and CISC. RISC is for reduced instruction set computer and CISC for complex instruction set computer. So for solving this question efficiently, I will advise you to watch the important lecture of risk and risks whose link is also given in the description section. So by watching our description section you can get complete differences between risk and risks, because in many time UGC net may ask directly differences between risk and risk. So we have compared it with several functionalities, and after watching that you can definitely grasp 2 marks if the question may ask from risk or risk, right? So must watch that lecture so you can able to grasp 2 marks directly from it. So our question is, the reduced instruction set computer risk characteristics are single cycle instruction execution, right? Risk is single cycle instruction execution. It is right. It is true, right? Whereas risk is multiple cycle instruction, right? So we just have a question on risk, so we will solve on it, right? Variable length instruction format. Yeah, risk is not variable length instruction format. And third one is instructions that manipulates operate in memory. No, it will not manipulate instructions in the memory. And efficient instruction pipeline. Yes, it is true. It is efficient. That is why it's a reduced instruction set computer, right? So option 1 and 4 is the right answer. Option C is the correct answer. So this concept you can get by watching this lecture, because they are directly theoretical points about risk and risks, and you just need to have the knowledge of characteristics of risk and risk, right? So you can watch that lecture in the description section, and you can get the complete concept from there. So guys, I hope the solutions which I have provided for you in the part 6 are clear to you, and further for the next parts I am hoping best response from you guys, because if you will provide a positive response from this, so I will also try for the next 70 questions so that you can complete all 100 questions for your upcoming UGC net and get and can crack the exam as well. So for getting upcoming 70 questions, you please comment us that you are really interested. Please like this video, subscribe, press the bell icon button and share it with your friends, so that at least I can get his response that yes, you are interacting with us and really interested, because on the basis of that I will provide the next lectures, right? So guys, stay tuned with us. Kindly like, subscribe, comment and be interact with us. Thank you so much guys. Have a very nice day. And if you any kind of comments or doubts or queries, please comment. I will try to solve them as soon as possible, right guys? Thank you so much. Have a very nice day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.